Mr. Bean. A name that is absolutely legendary, no matter if we are talking about the original show from the early to mid 90s or the cartoon adaptation starting in the early 2000s.
But something that is not as legendary and popular is the Mr. Bean video game. And that's for a good reason. But let's start at the beginning. The game starts off with a little intro cutscene where I was pretty sure that I've seen it somewhere before. And yes, you guessed it, they literally just copy-pasted scenes from the animated series in front of every level. But here's the catch, they have absolutely nothing to do with the game. The game literally drops you off in the main hub world without any other form of intro cutscene, except for that one that we just seen, and a sign that tells us kind of what's going on. If you want to see Teddy again in one piece, bring me 1000 cat biscuits? I don't know what's going on. The things that I know that are going on though is that Mr. Bean's running animation is a 10 out of 10 already. I mean, how would you feel if someone ran towards you like that? Mr. Bean is asserting dominance from the get-go. And the second thing I've noticed is that for some reason it looks like he's wearing tunnel earrings. Did he just get the gig as the new lead singer for Bullet for My Valentine? So let's go into the first level, I guess, and... Oh, it's a Crash Bandicoot clone. Well, kind of. The entire gameplay is a mix of a lot of these classic PS1 3D platformer era of licensed games like Harry Potter and the already mentioned Crash Bandicoot games, with okay controls, but a way slower pace. One big difference is though that we got weapons. And when I say weapons, I mean weapons. Mr. Bean is animal abuser number 1, and literally every dog, cow, deer, or even frog and beast can be tortured by us in numerous ways. I know, yeah, we can torture Mrs. Wicked as well. Also, I don't mean like that one Mrs. Wicked. I mean the 50 different Mrs. Wickeds in this game. I don't know if I don't remember that correctly. Last time I checked, it was only one Mrs. Wicked, but who am I to judge? The weapons we do have are a frying pan, some insect spray, a slingshot, and... bombs? Mr. Bean is on the top of the most wanted list in like 30 different states, by the way. But I gotta say, in his defense, Mr. Bean is just trying to stay safe out here. There is a literally war happening in here.
Is not a state run the current state of the world right now?
Another thing which is absolutely overwhelming is the amount of collectibles. Every single level is full of them. Puzzle pieces, teddies, golden teddies, dog food. For which dog? Not these ones, obviously. We don't seem to like them. I actually don't even know what these collectibles do, to be fair. You know what? Maybe I should read the manual or the back of the box. This is Rayman Origins, by the way. I don't own a physical copy of Mr. Bean. Who am I trying to fool here?
Mr. Bean is on his wackiest adventure yet.
Okay.
And he's inviting you along for the ride.
Okay.
Teddy's been kidnapped by a mysterious villain, and Mr. Bean needs your help to find the ransom. 1000 cat biscuits.
I'm stupid. That's the cat biscuits, not dog food. Now I get it, it makes sense. Kind of. Cause why not just take the cat down like we did with Mrs. Wicked? No reason to give the cat the ransom. We could just hit her also with the frying pan and then afterwards fry her in the pan. Okay, back to the game. After we beat the first 3 levels, which do feel quite similar, we are finished with World 1. So let's move on to World 2, I guess. Oh, it's that type of game. You have to collect everything. And from that point on, the game turned out to be even worse than it was already before. Cause collecting every single thing in a mediocre 3D platformer is not necessarily what I had in mind for playing a game based on one of my favorite childhood cartoons ever. At least Mr. Bean emotes after every single collectible, so that makes it a little bit better, like by 1%. So let's go back into every level, grab everything we need, and finally move on to World 2, that we only can reach after solving that insanely hard jigsaw puzzle right here. No, it was actually kind of hard for me, I ain't gonna lie. World 2 is a sewer world, where we meet Stewie from Family Guy? All jokes aside, this is obviously not Stewie, but the absolute legend, Master Batty. Pause? The gameplay in the sewers is actually even a bit worse than in World 1, I'd say. In here, the gameplay is much more focused on carrying around crates and put them onto switches to open doors, and also there's a lot of these self-destroying bridges, which make absolute noise when they collapse. I thought my house was about to collapse while I was playing this game. No, actually, it's that loud. There's not much more I can tell you about World 2. And I'm also able to sum up World 3 and 4 in a couple sentences, because yes, the game only consists of 4 worlds. World 3 is basically a World 1 clone, just at night, with a little more focus on platforming and some new animals to abuse, and some random red phone cells, so that we are getting a quick reminder that this game takes place in England. And World 4 is meant to be a factory, but technically speaking a clone of World 2. Just with a couple new mechanics, and like 3 new characters added. Dump Baddie, Pause? A security guard, and Robo-Cats.
Nope.
At the end of the final level, before the final boss fight, we have to go through this absolutely ridiculous and insane labyrinth situation here, where if we didn't get this far already, I would have turned off the game for good. But then, finally, after all this time, we're on our way to an epic final boss fight against the evil cat that wants to rule the world. I'm already so excited for this fight. I can't wait what they have in store for us. I mean, the game was bad, but maybe the boss fight is like the best one I've ever seen. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Oh. Yes, there is no boss fight. We open up a door, Teddy comes out of the cage and he's doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all, or something like that. And then the credits start rolling. What?
And that's sadly everything the main game has to offer. But there's also a minigame mode, which I gotta admit is quite fun. There's different minigames, and especially the racing game against the legendary blue car. Yeah, that's really decent. So why they didn't focus on creating 2 to 3 more minigames and didn't release it as a minigame collection instead is beyond my understanding. Cause that way it's just
a very generic 3D platformer with no boss fights, no story. No, I don't count that. And where you literally have to collect everything. I mean, at least you don't have to collect every single cat food. You don't. You just have to collect 1,000 instead of all 1,250. So, thank you guys. And I hate to say this, but Mr. Bean's Wacky World might be one of the worst and especially most boring games I've ever played in my entire life. But I bet there's a lot of y'all who probably played this game as a child and really enjoyed it, so please don't be too mad at me for saying this about this game. What is that? No!
And that's it. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Please consider to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoyed it and want to see more content like this. Also, big shout out to the channel members and thank you for the insane support. I hope to see y'all next time with the next video, and until then, God bless y'all, stay healthy, bye.
At least Mr. Emote.